Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. I'm going to do another garden update today. Over here, I'm starting some peas. These are just going to be eaten as sprouts or microgreens. And I'm starting some cucumbers and zucchinis and some squash. Once they start sprouting, I'm just going to go plant them. Over here, I have my herb bed. Some perennial thymes coming up. Here's my sage. Over here is the new stuff I planted this year. My basil over here is not doing very well, but some more thyme I planted. Some spring onion. Parsley. It's kind of slow, to be honest, but that's fine. Here's my yard. This is some lemon mint. Keeping all my mints separate from my garden because I don't want them to overtake everything. But here's some more mints. This is some peppermint and some rosemary, which is also a mint, actually. So I have some lemongrass here for making some Thai food, and some spearmint, and a sundog. I'm hardening off some tomatoes. These are all vining tomatoes. Well, one of them isn't. I'm going to plant some marjoram, some sugar peas I got from the farmer's market, some more lettuces, and 8 cucumbers that I'm going to trellis up. Just get into my garden. It's very sunny today, and my little temperature reading here says it's 95 degrees in the sun right now. I've been needing to use diatomaceous earth to keep the bugs out, but you can see these cucumbers out here aren't doing very well. But my nasturtiums along the fence line, they're doing okay. Eventually they'll spread and climb across the entire fence by the end of the season, I think. These are some zucchinis and some spaghetti squash. The spaghetti squash actually came from Meyer, from a squash I ate. So it's pretty cool that they're coming up. I have some more stuff out here that I need to plant, but haven't planted yet. That up there is a lavender plant, some more lavender. These guys up here are jicama. I've never planted jicama or eaten jicama, but I thought I'd try it. I have some more oregano and thyme I can plant somewhere. I'm thinking of planting them in the front, actually, just as like a perennial. I have a leftover mint here. Sorry, it's kind of sunny. The exposure is not great. Little mint. Needs to be transplanted. It's kind of drying out, but it's not too bad. These are leeks. I don't know if I'm going to plant them or not. They're not going to grow very large anytime soon. My salad bed, I accidentally overseeded spinach, so it's actually not doing very well because there's just too much of it. That's what all this purple is spinach. My leaf lettuce is coming up. This is romaine, red romaine, more romaine, green romaine. My brassicas are starting to bolt, but I've been munching on them and kind of picking them and eating them as I want to. Some Swiss chards. The clover thing, I don't know if it worked out very well, but this bed didn't do very well last year either, and it's not doing very well this year. So I'm gonna have to get a soil sample done, see what's wrong with it. I just planted in some more mustards over here, some purple auroch. Hopefully these grow in. Over here's my raised bed. Carrots are doing well. Good job, carrots. I need to thin them out a little bit more, but beets are coming in. My turnip greens are right there. I might have those backwards, I'm not sure. Then a bunch more carrots are coming up as well. Over here, I have some more mustard, some lettuce. It's coming up slowly but surely. And then the soil's actually a little bit dry. I might need to water it. But it's good for beets and roots. Some spring onions here. And some bok choy. That's parsley, yeah. And I'm trying to plant more romaine over here. I'm not sure if this is romaine or not in this line, or if it's weed seeds, but we'll see. My garlic's doing pretty well. Kind of impressed with it. A few weeds though that I gotta pull up. Then I planted some okra in here as well. I'm interested to see if it comes up or not. And I think these are actually volunteer cucumbers. So I'm going to let these grow and not pull them up and just see what they are. They might be squash even, or zucchini. Because this bed I used my worm castings and compost in. So I'm wondering if these are just leftover seeds from that. And then I have more purple auroch over here. Some more salad mixes. And then I'm going to try and grow bush beans over here too. That's what these light brown patches are. I'm not sure if they're going to come up or not yet though. You can see the wild sundog over there. So this bed over here is a bunch of cilantro and my black planted, and they seem to go well. And my potatoes, they're coming up strong again, so I'm pretty happy to see that. The greens actually all died back in that frost we had about a month ago. So these are all fresh greens that just came up like maybe a week ago. I mulched over everything after it all died back and pulled back the mulch and it all popped right back up. This over here is some rosemary. It'll probably take a very long time to come up, but hey, why not use the space? Then I have my tomatoes I started myself, which unfortunately didn't do very well. I'm still going to let them come up, but they're going to be stunted compared to the tomatoes I bought. Some dill, tomatoes, more tomatoes. My purple basil is getting scorched by the sun. But my sweet Italian basil is doing great. Although it looks like some bugs are getting into this one. Here's a store-bought tomato from the farmer's market. You can see it's just much, much better. And I'm applying diatomaceous earth to this one as well. This is kind of going to be my herb alley, so I can come out here and get some herbs if I want to. This right here is all Italian parsley, more dill. Then if I swing over here, You can see this stuff. I put in some stakes for my tomatoes and cucumbers to trellis, and I put this cordage across them like this. And these hangers, this is just some twine that will pull down to the cucumbers and tomatoes, and then I will attach the tomato stem to the twine, and so they'll go up and up and up and up and up, and when they reach the top, I'm going to do something called a lower and lean, which means that I'll actually give them some more slack and pull some more slack down, and then I will lean the plant like that. And so over time, all of my tomato vines are going to be diagonal and parallel to one another. And so that means that instead of just giving me 6 feet of tomato vine, I can get more like 20 feet of tomato vine per plant. So just growing vertically and maximizing my space like that. I've never done it, but that's how they do it professionally. I thought I'd give it a try. Then over here is the strawberry and rhubarb I planted. So these are rhubarb from seed. They're doing okay. I think the sun is taking their toll on them. They're curling over like this. Some bugs got to this one, or slugs probably. But these strawberries, AC Wendy strawberries, are bare root this year. They're doing pretty well. So I might get some strawberries this year, might be next year. Random pepper out here, because these I ran out of rhubarb. These ones way in the back are actually doing very well. I think it's because I used potting soil mix to fill them in instead of my garden soil. So my garden soil is pretty compacted compared to the store-bought stuff. These ones are doing way better. Over here I have my peas. Bugs kind of getting into these ones too. I have some babies coming up. I need to apply more diatomaceous earth though. Like this one's completely covered in it, this powder, and it's going to kill any bugs or slugs that climb on it. It's ground up dinosaur bones actually, and they're microscopically sharp and they puncture the bodies of insects and slugs. But it's organic. It's not poison or anything. It's just powder. Just powdered mineral basically. Brassicas again, not doing very well. I don't think I'm going to plant brassicas anymore. I think this was cabbage. It just never does very well. And then these brown spots, I planted some climbing beans. Hopefully these ones sprout. My other ones I planted didn't sprout at all. Over here, I planted some corn. I don't know if it'll come up or not. I think this one is over here, if I can find it in the camera. Where is it? Down right there. I think that's some corn coming up. Planted some melon over here. I'm not sure if it's going to do very well in Michigan, but I thought I'd do it just to try. And then these small plants over here, these are all, some jalapeno. These are my leeks over there. Bunch of bell peppers and stuff. Some of them are actually from Meyer seeds, as in like from a bell pepper I bought from Meyer. I don't know what this is. It's a tomato plant. Yeah, you can see the ones I bought are just doing so much better than the ones I raised.